What it do? Welcome to the crew. Go ahead and make it do what it do and make sure that like button blue. It's your boy Kid Stats coming back with another video. And today, guys, you already know what time it is. We are getting into the explanation of that video we reacted to a couple of days ago, man. A lot of you guys told me that I should react to this. So, hey, we definitely gonna get into checking this out. Obviously, I want to know why certain things happen. You know, obviously, I'm biased. You know, I obviously want the Charizard to win. Like, come on, that's just me, red and blue. But I'm not mad at the Blaziken winning. I mean, Blaziken is nice. He you know, he's nice with it. He's a really cool starter. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? It's not my choice, but you know, for all the Blaziken fans out there, you know, hey, kudos. With all that being said, man, y'all already know the vibes, man. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, man. We got 24 minutes to get into this. Hey, no talking, let's get it. This is a cool scene right here, though.
The latest Pokemon
The Pikachu in the
Royale
balloon,
helped
bro.
Terminal Montage Create is out, and it may be the most controversial one yet because people love their starters. Go watch that first because I'm going to spoil everything. You have 3 seconds.
Go watch it.
The best part is there's no Sylveon. Hang on. Hang on, allow me to explain.
Somebody threw the dead Pikachu at him?
Royale, we have all of the evolutions of all of the starter Pokemon. Now, obviously, like Oshawott,
that surprised me. I didn't know they was gonna literally put every single one, like even the first stage. I didn't.
Here, it leads to more opportunities for jokes, deaths, and interesting tidbits. Folks gotta remember, creative liberties are always taken with these. Though for most interactions, we base things on like the Pokedex entries, the anime personalities, gameplay mechanics, and competitive VGC and TCG meta. But one creative liberty we could not take was Sylveon being here because
why not?
Well, Eevee is only a starter Pokemon in games like Pokemon XD, Conquest, and Let's Go Eevee.
Oh, see, I never played Conquest though.
But in none of these
I never played
games,
XD too, but I know Eevee was a starter XD.
Into Sylveon. Conquest is a Gen 5 game, and your starter Eevee does not evolve at all in Let's Go Eevee. You can try, but without glitchy exploits, it's not possible.
I don't even think Eevee could. He can only evolve to the obviously Joseph and Umbreon, or not Umbreon. That was funny though. He's like, what?
Came out. Now then, let's watch the whole battle again and pause for commentary on some of the lesser known details and explain why things happen the way they do. I love the occasional Hisuian balls, but like, why does Poipole make a cameo here? Well, because Poipole is a starter Pokemon in its home dimension. But
that's what I was trying to say. Oh, also there may be pauses. I listen. Shut up. I don't care. That's what I was trying to say in the last video, but I just couldn't get it out because I was letting the video roll and I wasn't trying to talk over the video. I was thinking like, is he a starter in his region? So is he like the Pikachu, or is there like other two, like a Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or y'all see the bias there? I said Bulbasaur, Squirtle because I picked Charmander. But yeah, that's what I was thinking though. I was thinking like Poipole might be like the starter of his universe or whatever.
Since we, the players ourselves, never get one as a starter, it's not included in the battle itself. Oh, Charmander drowned. If the tip of its tail goes out, it dies, according to the deck.
Yeah, I have to do
Royale
Charmander
here
later.
is a reference to the Grovyle and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers. He's got a time gear, so he time travels away.
Wait, so did he?
So here, the entire
So he never
Venusaur and
died?
Titanium lines are said to have a pleasant aroma that calms people and Pokemon. It weakens the fighting
And the Venusaur, I just noticed the eyes
aggressive emotions.
from
Just like,
Stadium.
chill out, man. Hence also Venusaur's
Yeah.
very bloodshot eyes.
Super
This also
stone,
relates
bro.
to why Delphox decided to hang out with them. This fire psychic Pokemon is partially based on Delphic oracles, basically the ancient world's future seers who, for lack of a better term, would burn herbs and get really, really high to get their visions. Now this evolution.
That was a clear picture, bro. You get like easy. Yeah, that came from what's that? Sun and Moon, right?
Before the Eevee chaos ensues. Skipping ahead to Blastoise, who still shoots from its head instead of its cannon.
Bro, that's still the funniest animation, bro. Like, I get it, bro. Like, there's a lot of water Pokemon where they shoot from the mouth, bro. But why can't Blastoise get a special animation where he shoots it from his cannons, bro? Even in Stadium, bro, they had it to where he shoot like the water, the 2 little water cannon, because they damn sure didn't look like a hydro pump. He'd shoot like these 2 water cannonballs like out of his freaking cannons in Stadium. Why can't he do that? Like, come on, they could have made some kind of special animation. I mean, obviously he's not Charizard, so he doesn't get the Charizard treatment. I get it. So Charizard for the win.
The Pokedex says it's capable of blasting this water through thick steel, so most Pokemon are no match for it, even Empoleon's own steel wings after a while.
I was surprised he didn't like the flat gator.
alligators.
I'm surprised he
heads
didn't
are still
burst a
no
hole
match
through
for
that
Mach
guy.
3 water bullets from the agile secret agent Inteleon's dual water pistols. They are slow and easy targets too. Moving to where most of the fire types
Makes
are,
sense.
three-way is happening with all of the fire fighting.
The fire furries.
Setting the grassland ablaze and spooking
They gone.
Incineroar away. Incineroar is a fire dark type heel wrestler who really has no chance here. So the scaredy cat leaves and stumbles upon the opera singing Primarina, who gets to experience
Gave her that throat chop.
Incineroar's throat chop, one of its signature moves. The move prevents its target from using.
I thought it was Darkest Larry. Well,
Not that it matters much,
throat
since
chop was
Incineroar
his move,
then
wasn't it?
Smash Bros style back throws Primarina.
Suplex.
Sceptile then approaches as a common Smash Bros wannabe, and it double teams, but Incineroar's spinning Darkest Lariat doesn't care about that. So
Yeah, he
the
just took Sceptile
Typhlosion
out.
Explosion. Let's back up a bit. After incinerating,
Oh, that was
Typhlosion.
Typhlosion.
Charizard goes for the nearest worthy opponent it can find to Smash Bros up throw, or just do an anime amount of seismic toss.
The seismic toss, yeah.
Charizard is a bit of a show off, and his victim just happens to be Typhlosion. What's happening here relates to a few of Typhlosion's Pokédex entries. It can hide behind a shimmering heat haze that it creates using its intense flames. Typhlosion creates blazing explosive blasts that turn everything to cinders. It's the heat warping effect here, and it has a secret, devastating move. It rubs its blazing fur together to cause huge explosions. Only here, it's not just rubbing some of its fur together to make an explosion. No, its entire back is rubbing against
Charizard because he's flying at the high speed, so they're like rubbing against. Okay, that makes sense. At first, I didn't know what the heck was going on there.
Devastating explosion when it crashes into
Okay,
the ground.
that makes
Its
sense.
Pokédex category as the volcano Pokemon. Well, it's true. So
That
the
makes sense.
fiery shockwave of the explosion expands, sending many lighter Pokemon away and vaporizing most of the grass types. But not Chestnut, who can easily withstand explosions just fine.
Because
And
he has
for
like
Terraform's
that
type,
bulletproof
it
thing
being
or something like that, right?
around already means fire doesn't affect it as much. The smart and
Correct.
cheeky Meowscarada decides to hide underneath it, but
Okay.
these flames obviously change the weather a bit, like all major fires, and Swamperts are able to detect weather changes with their sensitive fins. They also like digging themselves into holes on the shores. And now, to try and better protect its beach, it uses Earthquake to cause the earth to rise around the area. But Earthquake is a devastating move that hits all non-flying battling Pokemon, so in this case, it's gonna hit the whole island. And notably, Swampert is one of only 2 starter Pokemon able to naturally learn the move Earthquake, the other being Torterra. Now with 2 Earthquakes and a devastating explosion happening, the island has no chance. Swampert gets pushed back
Cool
by
emo
Torterra's quake,
teams.
and in turn, Swampert does what out of all of the starter Pokemon, only
Call
Swampert
Surf.
can naturally do. It uses Surf. Another hit every opponent attack that floods and flushes the island.
Wait, hold on. Is that true? Is Swampert? Does Swampert learn Surf by level up? I don't think so. That I remember. It's been a while, bro.
Still being shaken by the quakes.
Shaken, not stirred.
You get it? Because this Pokemon line is literally a James Bond reference?
Right. I
Also,
figured
know
that.
people who blinked and missed it and wonder where Quaquaval was during all this, and the answer is here, being eaten by Superior. Leaning more on anime logic here, only a few of the Pokemon were fast, strong, or cunning enough not to be defeated by the island-wide onslaught.
Okay.
And Skeledirge was somehow one of them. It sings its lamenting song.
He says he's somehow one of them.
A sad tune to funeral music as the ghosts of the fallen starters, which were congregated down into the chasm, float up and away. As does Skeledirge's own spirit friend, the flaming bird on its nose that it
he
uses
killed.
as a microphone. They are all being absorbed by Hisuian Typhlosion, a spirit medium
That was
who
clean.
keeps 108 spirits bound to its flame to power its attacks before sending them off to the proper afterlife. But meanwhile, Meowscarada pops out.
I didn't
and
know it
uses
was that
Mr.
deep in
Magician
his
magic to pull
Pokedex
Torterra
entry.
into eating a flower bomb. Dodongo dislikes smoke, and Chestnut, the White Knight, hates trickery like this, and, of course, is basically bomb-proof.
I forgot he technically acts as
Now
a
it's time for
white
the
knight.
iconic top 10 anime battles, Greninja versus Charizard, and despite the type advantage, Charizard wins. Because Charizard, just like in the anime. But specifically here, Greninja tries stealthily putting out Charizard's
I mean, it's
tail.
Charizard.
After all, that's what defeated Charmander. But despite this common belief, Charizard is shown completely submerged with a still-burning tail quite occasionally. It no longer has this weakness. And if Charizard becomes furious, the flame on the tip of its tail flares up in a whitish-blue color. Which is powering Charizard up enough to defeat Greninja even after all of its previous battle damage.
It just immediately turned into a ghost.
Just like Hisuian Typhlosion not really being able to do anything after powering up. Well, in a throwback to our very first Pokemon Battle Royale, we have this exact scene. We have Decidueye, who can knock and fire an arrow at an enemy in 1/10 of a second, so its battles are decided in the blink of an eye. Well, Samurot's dex entry says, in the time it takes a foe to blink, it can draw and sheathe its scimitars attached to its front legs. And then there's Infernape, who uses all of its limbs to fight in its own unique style. It is beaten by none in terms of quickness. This is a very close battle then, huh?
So they're all
Well,
quick.
The Pokedex also says Decidueye is basically cool and cautious. When it's caught by surprise, it is seized by panic. So when Samurott slices its arrows and Infernape catches them all, it panics and loses first, followed by Samurott because of Infernape's fame.
You know what? I ain't gonna. Hey, kudos, man. That's listen, they really go into attention to detail with these Pokédex entries because I mean, it made sense, I guess. So I mean, that jumping stuff still wasn't cool though. But all right.
Going out, and its no limit fallacy, and Samurott's typical one slash and then put the sword away fighting style puts it at a disadvantage here too.
Oh, whack.
Here comes the Hisuian varieties, catching the Infernape completely off guard. Deja vu, another Samurott, and another Decidueye? That Decidueye still has no chance. Until the Samurott
They did him dirty.
And is now known for mercilessly slashing again and again ceaselessly.
That makes sense on why he just like kept slicing them up.
Even realizes what's going on. But then Samurott itself gets distracted by its own bloodlust and is defeated by the other two fire fighting types. Now you'll notice there's quite a lot of fire types remaining, so let's talk some meta stuff. It was always going to be mostly fire types in the end. The fire type starters are, in general or as a whole, the best of the bunch. First off,
For the most part,
the middlest weaknesses, and plus there's the status effect that plenty of their moves can just apply. Some guaranteed.
Burn, yeah.
It not only deals
Burn is OP,
time, but also cuts the physical attack damage of the burned Pokemon in half. And only fire types are immune to burn, so yes, even the water types get burned, and now their attacks are less effective on the fires. The other two types have nothing like this, unless you count like seeded. And also, for some reason, Game Freak decided that most fire starters just have a higher base stat total. I mean, like in Gen 1, 2, and 4, the fire starters' total stats are 534, compared to Grass's 525 and Water's 530. Also, fire fighting is a very good offensive type combo.
It really is.
There are 3 of them. The fire types also tend to be
I'm not gonna
more
lie.
speedy and offensive.
Not gonna lie, bro. I was one of the few that was getting tired of the firefighting, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. And then when they brought Incineroar, bro, and we know how he was gonna look, everybody immediately got mad because they thought he's gonna be firefighting, bro.
Side more so than the other types as a whole, and their moves
Cinderace
tend to be
too
on the more damaging side as well. But if you were to tally them up and see how many starters of each type get into a game's OU or Uber tiers, not counting the evolutions, because let's be honest, they don't really have a chance. You get Water with 11, Grass with 13, most of those being Venusaur in every stinking gen, but then Fire's here with 17.
Jesus.
So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fire in the end, which in turn also means the grass types get kind of screwed pretty early on. But I think it's fitting to just consider the general properties of fire. Ooh, I can make a plant grow and have you sneeze. Watch out, my leaves might be a little pokey. Oh, I can make you moist and through an incredible amount
Not
of
the
focused
moist.
effort.
Look at the fucking Feraligatr, bro.
And or drown you.
Freaking Feraligatr is crazy.
No choice but to melt your flesh beyond repair. by
Burn
simply
everything.
Bumping into you. I turn your forests into ash and your water into steam. We
Hey,
are
Sephiroth
the
did it better.
force of destruction and the inevitable demise of all ecosystems.
Sure, water puts out the fire, but it's a type triangle here. They should theoretically be balanced. But as the anime and card game shows us, type advantage is not everything. That said, calculating in secondary types gets really long-winded if I were to explain everything, but like, most of the best water types get kind of screwed. Yeah, Hisuian, Samurott, and Greninja especially can keep up with the fire types given their watery advantage, but that dark, there are 3 really good fire fighting types here. There's some grass fighters too. Primarina's fairy typing, Empoleon's steel, those hinder their effectiveness when fighting the fire types.
That's true.
And yeah, Swampert is really good itself. Its water ground type means
Swampert
that
is
it's
a
super
very...
resistant.
He's the only water ground type too.
It's it lasting the longest and holding off an entire group of fire types by itself with a little bit of help of a little...
So they were working together?
Sobble, that's his name. Couldn't remember. It also, fun fact, has the highest base stat total out of all of the starters at 535. Only one higher than most of the fires, but interesting design choice.
I did not know that. Interesting fun
honestly,
fact.
It would have a very good chance of winning this if not for that one pesky little thing. It's 4 times weakness to grass.
Yeah.
A third of the Pokemon are grass.
Now you die.
Now you die. And it had to been freaking what's his face too. Rillaboom.
Blaziken, 2 powerhouses of the metagame. Almost always Uber or OU tier. And Pikachu. Pikachu was OU in the Gen 2 games. Gotta count for something.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, and yeah, Charizard's got that flying type. So
Of course,
it's
weak.
electric.
Yeah. Yeah,
So we're left with the final
that's your
showdown.
calling
Blaziken
card right
versus
there.
Pikachu.
You know.
Blaziken makes sense given everything we've talked about already, but why Pikachu? Well, a number of reasons. Firstly, it's funny. I mean, it's a tiny little rat. It's like zooping. It's beep, 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 beep. On a squishy little orb that sounds like beep, and I'm fighting this giant flaming bird that punches and kicks like a man. It's funny. Nobody expected this cute little orb to make it this far.
No,
But
I did
also,
not.
This isn't just any Pikachu, who's already the mascot of the franchise and clearly is capable of overcoming many great challenges as seen in the anime.
Anime lore.
This is a Pikachu who can fly with its balloon ride.
Which is BS.
Surf with a board.
BS.
Who has a tertiary ability of sorts to just sometimes ignore or remove.
He has
status
plot
effects.
armor, just say it.
Who has a higher crit chance, who has 4 signature moves with unique effects, like Splishy Splash. It's a water type move.
I forgot
Has a
about those
30%
moves,
chance
bro.
of Paralyzing.
I forgot about those
Phony
moves,
Fall?
bro.
Did you mean freaking flinch for me, please? Zippy Zap, a priority move that is also always a crit. And Pika Papow, a strong electric attack that it knows as a secret 5th move. What? It has
Right.
110 more stat total than your regular everyday Pikachus, and guaranteed maximum IVs. I want in this thing's bloodline. And to top that all off, it can sometimes just ignore being knocked out.
Right.
0 HP.
BS.
Again and again and again. This is Let's Go Pikachu's partner.
That Pikachu laugh was funny as hell, bro.
Pikachu's so good, Game Freak locked it into its game. Not allowed to be transferred out. And yes, partner Eevee has the same sorts of buffs, but its normal typing and being focused on trying to evolve prevents it from being
Right.
quite as good. And plus, it doesn't have the cards. More so than any other form of Pokemon media, the trading card game has a
Boy, they
trading
gotta-
card
they
game,
gotta
so
show
cards
love
from
to the
today
Pikachu,
will
bro.
almost always be better than the cards a few or more sets ago. In fact, right now, Charizard V-Star is considered the most powerful and devastating card in the game. Oh yeah, just 320 damage or 130 that turns into 230 if it has any damage, and it can just do that over and over again. So all the more reason for it to reach 3rd place. Charizard cards are often the most valued and sought after by collectors too, so it's not like they needed to make it this strong.
I want a
They
Charizard
did.
card. I just need one
Say
Charizard
something
card, bro.
about it.
Just one. Just
Surprisingly,
one
though, it doesn't
Charizard
see a
card, bro.
ton of play, despite
I don't
its
have any. I
overwhelming
have tons of
power.
cards too.
But you know what did? Radiant Greninja. In the 2022 Trading Card Game Championship, half of the top 10 used it for its way good ability. Though, interestingly, none of the top 3 players used it. You know what the 3 toppest champions of the trading card game last year used? a lot?
Charizard, I'm gonna guess.
Oh, you guessed it. All 3 of them heavily utilized Flying Pikachu V and Flying Pikachu V Max. Now, we
What?
won't be considering the V Max card because that's the card game's equivalent of Gigantamaxing and such.
Mm-hmm.
There was none of that here. But regular Flying Pikachu V is also the closest the card game gets to Let's Go Partner Pikachu and its power level. And if all top 3 champions used it, it must be good, so let's read it. Okay, 190 HP with the move Thunder Shock. It does 20 damage and a 50% chance to paralyze. That doesn't seem... I feel like a regular Pikachu could do that.
I'm about to say, what's the
HP
deal with it?
Oh, right. What's the other attack? So
What the
120
heck?
Decent. Not bad.
Hey, hold on, bro. I'm not gonna lie, they got me with that one, bro. I was like, okay, it just has Thunder Shot. Okay, so what? Bruh, Fly does 120 damage, bro. Hello? Wow. Okay.
50% chance to just ignore all damage and effects of the opponent's attacks next turn, and you
Wow.
can just keep doing that. A move like that, no wonder it'd be good. And then when you evolve it into VMAX, it's like it's just a full-on, oh, no wonder it won kind of card. Jeez.
Wow.
Okay, so where does Blaziken stand in the card game? Oh, not well. Just 2 modern cards, Blaziken V and VMAX, which again, we're not going to count. So I read a lot of reviews by people who know the card game better than me, and basically the conclusion here is that Blaziken V is... it's okay. You would only ever really use it to turn it into VMAX, but even then, Blaziken VMAX is decent at best, very middle of the road. So Blaziken versus Pikachu? Well, you see Blaziken.
That Pikachu laugh is crazy, bro.
When you started fighting it, it just ignored all of the attacks at the start of the Royale thanks to the cards and its balloons, and also its partner Pikachu, which can just ignore being knocked out sometimes.
That's whack, bro.
Isn't this game great?
No.
All of that sounds.
I still have fun with the game, but no,
victory,
that's whack.
So why didn't it? Well, beyond the obvious that none of us want it to. I mean, it's an unevolved rat that we see every second of the day already. It overcomes miserable odds on the reg in the anime constantly. It's cute, too cute, to be this powerful, and it's all
Then the Mario
so
Pikachu.
tiring. This one's shaped like a bean. But yes, even in loss, it's still a very close battle. This part of the Royales are always tricky. The TCG, board games, spin-off games, and anime, though, they all pull from the main video game first. So of course we prioritize looking at the main video game stats, meta, and Pokédex entries first, and then supplement it with the rest.
Right.
If we were to prioritize the card game, yeah, Pikachu would win, no questions asked, but balancing it out with the main games, Pikachu was only OU once, before Blaziken even existed.
Correct.
And Blaziken has been OU or Uber banned this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But why though? What makes Blaziken so
Speed
much
boost was
better
amazing.
than the rest? Well, it's fire type, first of all. Already
Fire fighting,
because this is a
good
free-for-all
physical
battle royale
attacks.
setting, and everything is going to catch on fire, no matter what.
His
happens.
nature.
But also, as stated, firefighting is an amazing offensive combo. Like most of the best offensive attack moves are one of these 2 types, and it gets its stab bonus with all of them. Really, at first, the only thing keeping Blaziken back in Gens 3 and 4 was its speed. Blaziken's speed is only a little bit above average, surprisingly.
Until
while it
speed
could
boost.
easily destroy most Pokemon.
Until
it's
speed
faster
boost,
than.
bro.
It's only faster than a little over half of them. Oh, geez, partner Pikachu's speed is 120 what? But something happened in Generation 5. Game Freak occasionally goes back and buffs older Pokemon so they can try to keep up with the power creep. But what they did to Blaziken haunts competitive players to this
I already know where he
day.
going with this.
So much so that even Schmogon's own webpage explaining how the whole tier system works.
I already know where they're going
has
with this.
Illustration featuring Blaziken at the top, almost like it's the poster child of Pokemon being so good they're just outright banned. All Game Freak did was fix its little speed problem by giving it access to the speed boost ability.
I already knew it. That's what it was, bro.
Turn by 1 stage. Could use Protect
Speed
on
boost
turn,
Blaziken
get
is
a free
crazy.
speed boost. Maybe play some mind game.
Every
Maybe
single
you think
turn,
it's
bro.
gonna use Protect on turn 1, so you buff yourself. But no, it used Swords Dance instead. Now you attack. Oh, it used Protect. Top it off with Flare Blitz and a high jump or low kick, and Blaziken was suddenly considered an uncounterable Pokemon.
Yep.
Not even just this one specific setup. As long as it had that ability, if someone threw out Blaziken, you had a turn or 2 to take it out before it just up and sweep
the
your
whole
entire
team, bro.
No
Yep.
matter how tanky they are. One shot, dead. Swept. You let Blaziken speed up and maybe even buff its attack with a Swords Dance, or maybe a previous Pokemon just set up a sunny day. So it's game over already.
G,
No
freaking
contest.
G. I haven't played competitive battle in a minute,
Like,
but that much
maybe
I
the
do know about
best you can
Blaziken.
hope for is that team has Blaziken. Maybe that Blaziken will only take out half of my team instead of the entirety of it. Entire classes of Pokemon and entire strategies and playstyles were turned on their heads because of this one freaking bird. And And then Game Freak went and gave it a Mega. Bonus
Exactly.
fact, you can actually give a life orb to it, and now its attack is even better than its Mega too. Isn't this game fun? That all being said though, it was recently unbanned in later Sword and Shield due to different Pokemon being in the lead of the metagame. Also, Game Freak had buffed some other older Pokemon, and they introduced some new moves and items that help you deal with the Blaziken problem.
Yep.
And they even removed some moves that Blaziken used to have access to. So now, it actually has some decent counters that are easy to come by in the main meta game, so the actual use of Blaziken, well, you could almost think of it as like the rest of Pokemon finally power crept up to Blaziken's level. But you see, when it comes to those perfect Blaziken counters, none of them are starters. They're like,
he kind of wins in the starter debate.
And
In that category, yeah.
Battle Royale with only starters, I believe Blaziken still has not a guaranteed victory, but the best chance at coming out on top.
Hey, y'all hear that? It's not guaranteed.
Charizard coming in close. The dang duo of Game Freak favoritization privilege. If Swampert
hey, nah, bro.
avoid the grass type,
that's not Charizard privilege, bro. He just nice, bro. Stop hating.
Torterra might be able to tank it out if it wasn't such a slow, dumb, and lazy tortoise. And Venusaur is actually also on a lot of OU and Uber tier lists when designed in a very specific way. But in lore, it too is just kind of slow and dumb and sleepy. Oh, I'm on my own herbs. You hear what I'm saying? Don't make me mad. I might wiggle a whip at you. I'm a Venusaur. But okay, what are your takes? Maybe you're making this face because I made some heinous miscalculation, but like, obviously, this is incredibly complicated, and I am simplifying a lot here. So, what would you calculate differently? Who do you think would also have a pretty decent chance? And also, what was your favorite moment in the battle? I love this one. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're interested in Pokemon.
Pikachu was crazy, bro.
A little too #smart for its own good. We recently explained the lore and designs of the
I don't know how much different I would be able to even look at this battle. Obviously, taking my bias out of it.
Insulting Pokemon based on their worst aspects. That's the kind of stuff we try to do here. Also, I love you, so definitely subscribe.
Definitely subscribe. Y'all heard it, man. Taking my bias out of it, bro, I don't know how much different I would kind of paint the outcome because I have not touched the meta game since Black and White. Obviously, it's been that long, bro. Me personally, bro, I would have to do the same amount of research that they're doing. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't include the TCG card game. I mean, I guess for their reasoning, they probably did that so there would be kind of like bias out of it. But in my opinion, I probably just strictly go off of the game and their Pokédex entries. That's just me. Hey, you're entitled to do it however you want to, whatever you want to. But with all that being said, man, there it is, man. A dope video, guys. That was fun. I actually enjoyed that. It was a clear explanation on stuff. The Pikachu stuff, man, I'm sorry, you're still not gonna get me on that, bro. You can kind of miss me with that one. Everything else, man, everything was pretty cool, well thought out. Hey, I have no complaints. But with all that being said, man, y'all already know the vibes, man. If you love the content, make sure you guys hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and tell me the other ones y'all want me to react to, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I really do like the Battle Royale stuff. I think they have more. What is this? Mega Royale. I need to watch that. Legendary. Ooh, legend. Y'all already know me. I'm Team Mewtwo, bro. Favorite legendary. I gotta watch that. Legendary Royale. Who would win that? I don't know. That's probably gonna react to that. But with that being said, man, we ain't gonna talk too much, man. It's your boy Kid Stats Me About. Peace.